characters you never want to be in fiction. Whether you're the cooked alive of Will Byers or the somewhat cool, if you're lucky, and sometimes not very cool life of an MC of a Fallout game. Denji from Chainsaw Man. All I gotta say is I got a couple of people that you do not want to live in any franchise. So before we get started, remember to like, subscribe, do support me. I don't care, whatever. But either way, let's get quick into this one because I want to yap and I want to yap and I want to yap. So let's get into it. First character we're going to talk about is Will Byers. Now, let me tell you something about Will Byers that I feel is overlooked a lot because I get it. Later season Will Byers is kind of the best case scenario because realistically, what happened to Will Byers not equaling a crash out or any type of real character explosion from Will through the whole franchise is astonishing. Let me get started with just season one. Just season one. You're a little boy and you get abducted on a random night after hanging out with the homies. And after getting abducted with the homies, you have to jump from tree to tree in an upside down, basically hell for all purposes. You're a little boy. You're in hell. You have to climb a full tree. You see a demon man flower jumping and climbing at the tree and doing so very fast to come and grab you. So you do a somersault to, is that the right word? Is you do a somersault to another tree to get away from my guy. I had to spit on the camera. That's a little gross. Give me 1 second. That was some range. But either way, you jump to the other tree just to get away. Just for all of this, for equal to you falling down the tree, surviving the landing, getting captured by a weird tentacle man who then penetrates you softly. You don't want to live that life. And that's just season one, episode one. Now you're being tortured day in, day out. You become one with the tentacle man. And let's go to season two. Season two, you get rescued by the miracle of some random little girl and a cop who was an alcoholic and your homies. So, goddamn, what's going on now? So now we're in season two. You are now a little boy who is free from that, gets to go hang out with the homies, and you're getting nightmares in daytime about a big cloud monster. Okay. I know we all seen the show, but I just want to set up that beginning precipice because I don't think anybody, not like you would want any other type of like life. That is one you don't want ever in life. And I think that's astonishing because it's later in Stranger Things, he's a chill character. It's really weird when I was hearing the discourse about around season 5. I get it. It's a lot of it's based in the big H word when it comes to people of liking similar genders. But despite that, he never crashes out. And even at the end when he's like, Mom, hold up, let me do my thing because I kind of know what I'm doing. I'm kind of a mage. I'm kind of doing whatever I want. And she's like, all right, I get you. I'm gonna calm down and get off your back. That's your crash out? Even in season 3, when his biggest crash out was just like his homies not wanting to play games with him because he feels like a little boy inside. He still wants to experience that. That's his crash out? That's ridiculous. I was expecting more like an 11 level crash out where he kind of like, I don't know. I know it's hard with the actor being like, he's a very soft spoken person, but wow, I don't know. That's a life. Either way, too much Stranger Things. That's a life you don't want to live. Let's get into the next one. And it's going to be any Fallout MC. Now let me put you in the situation of what it means to live in the Fallout universe. Let's start with 4. Either you wake up one day and you are living a normal life and then you're chased out of your house because of the threat of nuclear explosion. The day of, you get the idea planted into your mind, probably not directly because you kind of live in that time period, but now what's happening is you have to run for your life with your family and get into chambers that freeze you underground in a bunker after seeing an explosion of a nuke. Jeez. That's the first game. And then you spend the whole game in a whole other universe, just trying to, not a universe, obviously it's where you live, but a whole other type of world that is similar to your own. And everything is different. It's Fallout, you get it. But I mean, that's not a good place to be. Now let's go to my favorite, New Vegas. And I feel like that one's chill because you just, I'm not sure the context, you're a courier, right? You're a courier. So you just, you take things, whatever, you're courier, whatever that means, and you're living your day-to-day. You're already kind of used to the wasteland, but then randomly you get captured by some guy in a checkered plaid suit, whatever, and he just pews you in the face. Jeez, my God. And now you get your memory back, but you're kind of not. I'm not sure if it's implied that you get your memory back fully, but now you're on the hunt in Las Vegas to go find the guy that tried to pew you in the face. Sick. I'm not getting to 3 because I don't like 3 that much and I don't know the story off the top of my head, but still, geez. And that gives me a good time to get into my next one, which is going to be, I might be a fan. This is all Chainsaw Man Denji. Now, I'm not getting into spoilers, especially since I think reading the manga is super optional. Don't do it if you don't want to. Who cares? I'm just going to go to the point to the Rize movie. And I think it's a great point because I think at this point you realize this is a messed up life. The beginning part is kind of played for laughs, especially since like when I rewatched it, I'm like, dude, I kind of forgot that he was homeless and walking around doing basically mercenary missions to pay off his own father's debt. And the only love and compassion he's ever had. You got to realize he's 15 in this book or whatever. He is 15 in Chainsaw Man, 15, and he's never had the experience of a mother, a loving father. He's never had the experience of anyone other than this random demon dog that he uses as a weapon. It's really messed up. I don't know, and I get that's the plot of the show, but even after he meets Aki and Power, and even at this point in the show, he's having a good, reliable household. I think Rize comes in at the perfect time just to show him anything at all. Like, screw a life. He's not even shown happiness ever. And the only happiness he gets is when he's doing small wins when it comes to food, or small wins when it comes to having people that he could talk to in a way that they won't judge him. Like Aki does it when, after he's like, all right, well, you're kind of a slob, but I'm happy you're here. So sick. And it's cool to really think about, because one of the reasons Denji's life is so bad is because even at this point, when Rize like shows that she was just trying to steal his heart, he's acknowledging it. He's not an emotionally dumb character. He is able at that point after Rize to say, like, I still feel what I felt for you, and I still want you to be here. You just obviously can't, and you don't want to, but he kind of knows, and she kind of knows. And at that last scene where she's chasing to get with him, and Makima just pews her. I mean, it's just devastating. And if you think that's devastating, read the manga. Keep going. Don't, but I mean, whatever. Next on the list is going to be a character from a franchise that if you don't really know, you go skip past this point. I'll put the time right here, but I think Guts from Berserk is one of, unpopular opinion here, hard lives to live. Now, I'm gonna get into it with my unique point of view with it, because he was obviously, as a young man, going through some hard things, very hard things. A father figure that sold him off, a friendship that started to bloom into something that he knows is beautiful. And I think that's the thing with it, with Griffith really showing that he can be a part of something, and he is the right-hand man to Griffith, and Griffith himself is a god to all these people. That builds a social hierarchy. It's like school almost, or life, or the gym, whatever your social hierarchy is, where he's up here. He's not some like bum that's just friends with the leader. He's up here with these people, and that's a great life. You're saying, well, Edward, what is the bad part about being in this life? It is what happens when the reason he makes the decision to leave the group is because he wants to be equal and have the opportunity to be like his best friend Griffith. And of course, Griffiths take this the wrong way. He wants to physically own him. Messed up. I mean, you're not property, and he doesn't even like necessarily. I don't think he necessarily cares about being property to Guts. He really, Griffith. I think Guts really just wants to be equal, and he wants to like have the opportunity to be because he sees so much praise and admiration, and you're showing so much admiration for Griffith. Who wouldn't want that? And his opportunity to even try to do that, he even doubts himself. Says like, I'm not even like a type of person who can do that, but I want the ability to try. And I'll have all that just ripped away in the eclipse, and have all that stability just tormented and stepped on. And now your waking days are filled with you being followed by spirits on the living realm. Yeah, that sucks. Because if he didn't have his ability to be as strong as he is through the trauma that he has, I don't think, he'd be dead. He'd just be dead. So, all right, quickly get out of that one, and welcome back if you are not down for the, Berserk. But the next one is going to be Spider-Man 2, the Tobey Maguire movie. This is the worst life in fiction ever. I'm just gonna say it. Close to the next one that I have, but this is just the worst one. It's a modern day version of what I think a tortured soul is. I think the life in Spider-Man 2 is just one of those lives where it's not even like he's getting beat up, and he does, but it's one of those like where a superhero is really just going through it. When there could be financial strains, working 2 jobs, and he's still Can't do anything. You are fighting for your life, going to school and saying that your grades are being horrible, and that your professor is saying, what are you doing? Why are you even here? Why are you coming? And then through night, doing this high dopamine rush, which I think people don't really talk about as much, is that he is in love with being Spider-Man. It's almost like a symbol of like addiction as a point, because he is just so obsessed with this idea of being praised. You're a superhuman living amongst like everybody is normal. There's no Avengers, there's no nothing. You don't have a safety net to go back on, and you are still just down in every aspect other than your addiction, which is crazy. Because I mean, the performance is beautiful, the score is beautiful. Your mentor turns into an octopus man. I mean, I don't know. And either way, right here we got, he's losing Mary Jane. Mary Jane is shoddy. He can't even continue with that because of the fact that he's so addicted to this thing. And at the end, of course, he just had to embrace what he was. And what's crazy is even at the end of it all, in that movie, he's not good. He's still exactly where he is. In the third movie, this kind of continues. He is still not in a stable place in his life. And that's beautiful in a way, because life doesn't go away just because you are no longer reliant on the thing that was making your life wrong. It is still your life, and it still goes on. And I think that's sadly what a lot of people go through, you know, and it may be like micro addictions in life, micro addictions in, you know, what you got to do, and you can't necessarily do it because you have other things that you want to do, and you do that to the extent where it might ruin things. I think this is just the perfect representation of a modern day struggle, especially when it comes to superheroes. We need more movies like this. I think Miles Morales was getting close to it in the Spider-Verse. Hopefully the next one comes out. But now on to our last one, and I just want to say this more as a joking one because that was pretty deep, but and technically this kind of breaks the rule of this video, but the worst life to have, arguably, ever in any type of superhero media is living in Avengers era New York City. Average NYC resident is one of the worst fictional characters you can be ever in media. Because let's go through a quick list of all the travesties that happen in your downtown. Ready? Watch this. Avengers 1, 2012. We got the alien invasion. Dude, a couple years ago, this man started flying in California, and a couple years ago, you heard in New Mexico that there was this fight with a thunder god. Jeez, I don't know what's going on over there, but we're not pushing that area. Now, you have an alien invasion. There's a green man yelling and talking. He's huge. There's flying aliens everywhere. Jesus Christ. Let's get on to the next one. Avengers Infinity War era. You on a casual day are walking down the street and you're like, oh shoot, is that Spider-Man swinging down? Oh shoot, he's fighting Squidward. He's fighting a alien man again. I'm cooked. Gotta go inside. You go inside. You wait a couple of days. What happens? Your mom and your dad disappear and you are left alone with your little sister, and there is dust everywhere. What's going on? And I know it's like universal, but still, that kind of implies, holy shoot, I thought this week was going to be chill. Earlier a couple days ago, maybe in that same day you saw some aliens fighting, but it was all cool because Spider-Man and Iron Man pulled up. We got it, whatever. And now my families are gone. Now we got the next one, No Way Home. What's going on over there next to the Statue of Liberty, bro? Oh shoot, there's purple portals opening up, and now we're cooked. Jeez, not again. Because what do you think as a civilian in that era? Oh, we're done again. Oh, now more aliens are about to pull up. Oh, shoot, my family's about to disappear again. Why won't this stop? And I'm not sure if that counts because people don't remember Spider-Man, but that they have to still remember the idea of what Spider-Man is, because he's obviously this random little boy now, but you don't really care about that because it's kind of gone. Whatever, you know it's Peter, but that doesn't matter because you still saw the Statue of Liberty getting abducted and turning purple in the sky and beings coming out of it. Scary. And I guess you could say this is like the best one, and I'd say this for last. I'm gonna tell you a scene. In the Defenders, you are walking down the street, you see a new floating man that you've never seen before. Already scary because you don't know what this man is. He's pure black, and you see a ever-growing black line coming towards you, and the millisecond it touches you, this is what happens to the citizens. You stopped existing, maybe or may not have gone to a place where you are in a tortured version of some part of your life, which I think it's implied to be like one of those time confusing things where it lasts a long time. But either way, you snap away from existence, you go to a torture dimension, and then magically come back and everyone's hugging. my God, that's a bad life. The average MCU person, if you live there, good luck. And that's it. I'm done yapping. If you like this video, remember to like down and comment down below what you think of it. Tell me some tortured lives that I missed, because I guarantee I did miss a lot. And just let me know what you think about the video. Like, subscribe. Edward exists elsewhere. I am not here. Bye.